I am so excited. Thank you so much for checking out the book party today. I absolutely am thrilled that you were able to get on. I know it's sometimes really hard to get on, and I know that things come up. It's much better to watch it live, so I know it was probably tedious to go back through those posts. Please let me know if you had any questions whatsoever about those posts as they go through. But I wanted to get on real quick tonight. I know that I got your list for recommendations a little close to the cutoff time for me to be able to get it done before the party. So I wanted to make sure I got it done today for you. But I'm going to start with your youngest, your 3.5-year-old. We've got some great selections for her. I'm going to mention some that you're probably going to be like, oh, that's a baby book. This one, Don't Tickle the Hippo, is probably one of my favorites for that age range, and I'll tell you why. It's vocabulary building. If they have an older sibling, that older sibling can read to them because it's very easy to read. But then also as they start to grow, my 4.5-year-old is looking at these and pointing out the letters. And my 7-year-old, who's not fluent in reading yet, he does struggle. He is actually working on reading these. So as they're starting to grow, they can start to read them. I love the vocabulary building part of it. But, it might make it squawk. I did turn it off. You might make it squawk and you have that noise, or growl. There are 3 of these. The one that I love the most is actually the newest one, and that is Dinosaurs. The second one in the series that came out just a few months ago is actually my daughter's favorite, and the name is slipping me, but it's upstairs in her bedroom because that's where she likes to keep it. She reads it all the time. You also said she was a fairy tale lover, so I wanted to bring out our peek inside a fairy tale series. You are a Usborne lover, so I know you probably have already seen these. The Princess and the Pea is actually one of our newest ones, and it's actually one of my favorite ones. The story is just so beautifully illustrated in here, and it's told in a way that's slightly different than the one that I normally hear, which is not unusual. A lot of times we do closer to the original of what the stories were. And so I do like that. So these are just gorgeous illustrations. So check these out, Peek Inside a Fairy Tale. The other one that I wanted to mention was Muddle and Match, much for the same reason of the Don't Tickle the Hippo or that series. The Muddle and Match is a great pre-reader and a great letter sound and vocabulary builder. So we actually use this all the time. This happens to be the superheroes one, but of course there is a fairy tales one, and we love that one as well. That one's upstairs with my daughter too. Can you guess my daughter loves fairy tales as well? So I love the fact that you're hearing those sounds right up front. So Tilly Terrific, the turbocharged Titan, travels tirelessly through time to take a tasty taco to her tame T-Rex. Hey, what letter sound is the most prevalent at the beginning of those words? Oh, what letter is that? That's T. So I did this with my son when we were learning how to read. We would go through these and play around and mix them and match them, and then I would say, oh, what did that sound change into? When you read it in the beginning, it had the T sound, and then it changed to the what? And then it changed to the what? And so we'd really explore reading concepts through our Muddle and Match books. So I always say that's a great, fun book for 3.5, and then it can just grow with them till early reading. Last but not least for her, I wanted to mention our magic painting. I'm sure you've seen our magic painting, and then the other one is the little sticker dolly dressing books. These 2 together are my favorite activity books to keep those boredom blues away, especially those ones because they're not messy. Now, stickers, some people say stickers are messy. Obviously, the magic painting, you're painting with water. I love these for pre-reading or for reading comprehension as well. We'll pull out the pages and we'll shuffle them up, and they'll get to put the story back in order. And so these are cool for that. But the other thing is those little sticker dolly dressing books. They're fantastic for being able to work on fine motor skills, for number recognition, because the page that with the stickers on it has to match the page number that it goes on. So that's a really great concept. And it's also a really great quiet activity. My daughter will sit at the table for about 30 minutes working on a couple of pages of her little sticker dolly dressing books. So we have Cinderella and a couple of other ones. Snow White, I know, is her favorite. That's what she's doing upstairs right now. So check those out. Okay, now for your daughter that just finished the whole Ella Diary series in 1.5 weeks, that is nuts. And that is great. I love that she can read that well. That is so fantastic. So I wanted to mention a few of my favorites and some that are just now coming out. So that came out in the spring. So this is actually the Shine Academy of Performing Arts series. This is a fabulous series. It's not unlike Ella Diaries in the sense that it is relational with the girls that are at this school. It is a Center for Performing Arts, and they go to school there, and it is all about their relationship. So this is the first one in the series. This is Chloe. Chloe has always dreamed of attending Shine, but when everyone is as talented as you are, how do you stand out from the crowd? Soon everyone knows Chloe's name, but for all the wrong reasons. Can she turn things around before it's too late? There are 4 books in the series, and it is phenomenal. So go ahead and check this one out. We actually have read that one. I have not read the other 3 in the series, but I can tell you that one is really good. Another one that I really like that just came out is The Travels of Ermine. The Travels of Ermine actually has 3 stories in the book. So there's 3, you're getting 3 stories in one book. It's this lovely person right here. Her name is Ermine, and she's traveling to 3 different locations. So you've got some geography in there as well as cultural significance in here. And it's super fun to read through all of her adventures and what she's doing in here. So she's a heroine extraordinaire, and she is just a fantastic character. So check out Travels of Ermine. Another one that I like that is brand new is the Lightning Girl series. And I have to tell you, I'm a fan of superheroes. Big time. And this one happens to be one of my favorites. She is protecting her little sister when she discovers her powers. And what's so funny is that her parents have powers as well, and they had kept it from her. So it's a great series to really get in there and explore the intricate family dynamics as well as with her friends and her newfound superhero powers. So super cool. And then, of course, I've got to share this one because anybody who's read Ella Diaries in 1.5 weeks probably can handle Boy Band of the Apocalypse. It is in the same age range. It is hilarious. It is about a it's about a boy who stumbles upon a boy band that happens to be the 4 horsewomen of the apocalypse. And it is essentially a funny story about familial and friend relationships. And it makes so much sense. It's a kind of mystery as you go through, and it makes so much sense at the end. There is a sequel to this. I read this in about 2 hours, and I immediately ordered the second book. I'm slightly embarrassed to admit that as a 40-year-old. I was only 37 or 39 when I did that, though. So maybe that gives me a little reprieve. I wasn't in my 40s yet. Okay, so Boy Band of the Apocalypse. Now let's get to your boys. They're 9 and 11. And I'm super excited that you said that he has a birthday on May 4th, so I hope you can get these books in for his birthday. I'm excited to see if that's something you want to do. Just let me know. But I wanted to mention too, you said mystery sci-fi. This one is a great series. A.L. Tate is a fantastic author. This is his mystery series. These are ciphers. So this is called the Atiban Cipher Duology. This is the Book of Secrets, and then we have the Book of Answers. So if you haven't read these yet, I highly recommend them. It's about a boy who's apprenticing with a monk, and it just gets really fun really fast. So check that out if you like mysteries. And then, of course, this is another one and this is actually sci-fi mystery. If you check this one out, this one is pure mystery. This is the 48-hour series. What's really cool about this series is it's actually younger people finding a mystery. So this one happens to be a kidnapping, and they have to solve that kidnapping in 48 hours. There are 2 in this series so far, and we're expecting to get more. You do not have to read them in order. They are completely separate from one another. So that works. Now, you said biology. Boys after my own heart. Middle and high school science and math teacher who has a master's in plant pathology, because biology is biology is biology, and it's my favorite. So I wanted to mention a few of our books that I think are great for that. So this one is our newest. This is The Biology of Bananas, and it has 22 experiments in it. I like it because it actually goes through important parts of biology, but I will mention that the chemistry of cola is also fantastic. And that also has parts of biology in it, because part of biology is biochemistry. In fact, you have to understand chemistry to truly understand and love biology in a lot of ways. So you have things like plants and food and you. So you're going to talk humans. And then, of course, the world around you. So you're going to talk eutrophication and different environmental parts to that. There are experiments in here that are super fun. We're doing one in our VIP group right now, so you've probably seen that in there as well. This is for 12 and up. The concepts can be pulled down a notch for your younger ones, and they can do the same experiments in a fun way, in a fun and different way, and learn something, as well as having your boys learn something at that higher level. So I love this. Keep them learning. Another one that I really do enjoy, and that is, you saw this in the party too, the STEM scribble books. This is a great one. If they are loving science and loving biology, this is a great one to really work through. This one actually deals with physics, chemistry, and biology. And one of the things that we do differently here in North Carolina and in many of the states, we actually learn it in high school. We learn biology, chemistry, physics. And that's because we try to teach physics from a very mathematical standpoint. Well, in fact, you have to understand physics to truly understand chemistry, and you have to understand chemistry to truly understand biology. I'm not sure if they still do it this way up in New Jersey, but I know that my husband went through his sciences like that up in New Jersey back in the 90s. So this is something to consider when you're looking through anything with science. I think it's a kind of cool concept, but when you have to think like a scientist, it's going to take you through that process. And then it's going to have some really great biology, chemistry, and physics relationships in here. I love, love, love everything that's in here. I think it can all fit in very well with a kid who loves biology. So be sure to check this one out. This is the Usborne STEM Science Scribble Book. Check this out, really fun. And I wanted to mention two more. These are a little young for your 11-year-old potentially, but I really, really do love both of these. They're brand new. This one is How Your Body Works. This one is definitely 7 to 10. It is fabulous with the way that it explains information. So it talks about blood cells. It's going to talk about all of your muscle fibers and your neurons, and you're going to talk about your muscles and bones. And you've got great information in all of these. It's going to have every system in here. I think it does a fabulous job of working with your nervous system, which I didn't think See Inside Your Body did a great job with. I think this one does a much better job with that. And then, of course, you've got your digestion. It does approach it in a different way than See Inside Your Body. It has a little bit of information about growing as we grow up and staying healthy. So check this one out. This is How Your Body Works. And there may be some things in there that are a little bit young, but I think they're presented in a young way, but their really material is up here. This is the other one that I really wanted to share with you. This is See Inside Atoms and Molecules, and I easily would have had this in my high school chemistry class. It is phenomenal, just as great as See Inside or as the Lift the Flat periodic table book. I think this one takes the cake when it really starts explaining atomic structure and the different ways to actually portray atomic structure on paper. It's phenomenal. It explains it so well. I don't think I could have done a better job of explaining it to my high school chemistry class. This would have been a great resource to have for them. States of matter, chemical reactions, and you can just go through it. It does have a section on the periodic table in here. Obviously, then that would lead to the Lift the Flat periodic table that you already know about, I'm sure, and the great ideas of atoms and our molecules in our world. So I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to chat with you. Have a great night.